Candace Owens' visa was cancelled, but do you know the root cause of it? Peter Wertheim, the co-CEO of the Executive Council of Australian Jewry, asked Tony Burke to cancel her visa, and Tony Burke listened to it. Basically, a minority of people in Australia wanted her to have no freedom of speech, and Tony Burke, of course, agreed with it, as right now we have many issues with the freedom of speech in Australia. There is a new Misinformation Bill who took place back to October, which says pretty much if you criticize someone online or a community, you could get up to 3 years in jail. It's absolutely crazy. Now think of this, Candace Owens, an American political commentator, get her visa cancelled, under the reason that she could incite discord in almost every direction. Now, do you remember about Travis Scott? He was here last October. We know that this guy is disturbing the peace. Not long ago this year in Paris, he attacked a security guard. Many of his concerts had issues. One of them, 8 people died. But still, this guy can get a visa here in Australia knowing that incident will happen, and that's exactly what happened back to October here in Australia. Multiple incidents happened during his concert. So on one side we have someone that we know for sure there is some issues that's going to happen and some problems, and on the other side we have a public speaker who gets the visa cancelled because it embarrasses the government somehow, and it goes along with their politic to shut down the freedom of speech. You can be certain the government knew exactly what Candace Owens was going to talk about. She has to give a list of everything she will talk publicly, and she was probably going to talk about the Misinformation Bill. That the government doesn't want to hear about it. Meanwhile, here in our government, we have Pauline Hanson. Did she just get a fine for racism? I think she told an MP with a Pakistani background to go back to her country, but still she has the freedom to speak, so cancelling Candace Owens' visa is totally wrong. There is already some people that made petition online to allow her to come back to Australia. You can go sign it if you agree with the freedom of speech for everyone.